Okay, so my uncle once came up to my dad and handed him a propane tank, and then said, "Excuse me, I've passed gas."
You're disgusting. I'm going to kill you. Give me $200.
Hello everybody, welcome back to FTB Skies. You all remember the last video, I superheated my boiler by making this little automation over here, which makes an infinite amount of biofuel, and I am falling again. I swear, I need to find a better way to fly besides these fruits. I mean, they're good and all, but having to eat them over and over again, it's just getting annoying. But yeah, so far this thing has gone pretty well. Everything is still heated, and we're reaching the buckets range. So yeah, this thing has progressed very well. But enough about that, because today we have a very special purpose. We are going to be getting a much better power source besides these things. Because these things, they're good for early game, but we're not in that early game anymore. Because with this thing, when I still needed this to be used, I had to add this thing. I don't really need this thing anymore, so I can probably start breaking it down soon. But for right now, I'll leave it here and then mess with that when the recording's over. So the way we're going to be getting that power is with this, no, not that, this gas-burning generator. And it is actually a very simple recipe for mechanism standards, but what it's going to do is it's going to burn gases. And the gas I'm looking to burn is this ethylene, which is going to be very easy to get for the first few things, because to get hydrogen, we just need to use the electrolytic separator on water, and then we'll also just need water from, well, a sink. But the real trick is going to be getting this biofuel to be able to make all of this, because when it comes to the biofuel, there's so many things that you can use to make it, and a lot of these things I really don't know if I could keep self-sustaining. There are mushrooms in here, but I mean, I just did that whole setup last episode, so I am not doing that again. No, this episode, we have a much better plan. We're going to be automating moss blocks to be able to do this, and the way I'm going to do that is with another pedestal. I'm going to be using a spore blossom. The way you get that is by throwing oak leaves into a sifter. I already did that moments ago, so I can just grab everything from in here, and there we go. We have more than enough of these spore blossoms, actually. I really only needed one, but this is fine. I will not be putting this thing down yet, because there is something else that we're going to need to do. We kind of need to have a proper space for this. So I figured I might as well start getting into compact machines, and it's changed a bit. So beforehand, you would have like those field generators, which would make a giant field and you'd start throwing a whole bunch of stuff in, and it was really cool. That was compact machines 1 through 4. But with this one here, compact machines 5, it's all crafting. They've taken the fun out of compact machines. But you know what? It's fine. So in order to make the giant one, we need a diamond block. I don't have netherite yet, so I can't make the final tier, so we're just gonna sell for this one. But to get compact machine walls, we need polished deep slate. To get that, we're just going to need normal deep slate. In order to get deep slate, I decided to use the igneous extruder, which will take lava and packed ice, and it only does it once because I use that same setup over here for water instead of ice to be able to make cobblestone for when I was trying to fix those islands down there. It's actually really handy. But then the trick is how do we get packed ice? Well, in order to get packed ice, we need to use the pure daisy from Botania on normal ice. In order to get normal ice, we need to use a mana infusion on snow block with the alchemy catalyst. I'll come back to that in a second. In order to get a snow block, we also need to use the pure daisy on water. And then back at the catalyst, we need to use this whole recipe. So today is going to be a process. So in order to get the catalyst, we're going to need 4 living rock, 2 gold, 1 mana pearl, and 2 brewing sands. I'm missing 1 living rock, which shouldn't be a problem to get, 2 brewing stands, and mana pearls. Now, all of these are going to be very easy to get. Why can I not craft this? Oh, because I don't have cobble. That was an easy fix, and there we go. Okay, so then the next things we're going to need to do are going to involve the other islands. So let me grab what we have right now, and then I'm also going to need to get some stone, or was it just cobble? No, I think it was full stone. That's not a problem. And then we're also going to need an ender pearl and also something to burn. I just grabbed a bunch of blocks of coal, so now we can take our business over to here And there we go. And then we can drop the blocks of coal into there, and it should start burning. Okay, and then we can throw... I actually already have enough for the mana pearl. That is good. And then we're just going to need to put the pure daisy right there, and we wait. Alrighty, and now we've got ourselves the final living rock. So if we go over to here, we should now have everything we need for the alchemy catalyst. And the way we use this, we go down underneath that and then place the catalyst there. And now whenever we throw something into here, it'll turn something else. So this dirt that we have right now, it has now become coarse dirt. I don't need this because it's garbage. But yes, now we have ourselves that thing, so whenever I get to the snow block, I can then throw that into there and then get the ice. And now as for the ice, I don't know. Okay, yeah, that does break the daisy. So that then begs the question, how exactly do I do this part? Okay, I figured it out. So it needed to be a very specific way. I'm not sure how you're supposed to do this normally, but I don't want to waste any time. So let's just speed this thing up a good bit. Wow. Yeah, there we go. But with this, and there we go. We now have ourselves some snow blocks. And actually, now that I really think about it, I only actually needed one of these, because it only takes one packed ice in order to be able to make all of this. So, I guess I've got some snow for a later use. So then we put this into there, and now we just wait for the magic to happen. But I don't want the ice to melt. So I want to speed this up as much as I can. And there we go. Oh! Oh dear. Alrighty, I managed to get the packed ice. That thing over there, I didn't manage to get that to work, so I just decided to bulk wash it with this part here. And since the hand crank for some reason makes it go backwards, I actually had to put the water in front. Yeah, with that, the next thing we need is just a straight bucket of lava. And there we go. So now that we have all that, we need to make ourselves the Ignis Extruder. And its recipe is fairly simple. It's just a matter of if I have everything. I don't. Okay, so what we're going to need is we're going to need some Invar. And then we're also going to need some... whatever that word is. There we go. We now have everything for the Ignis Extruder. Okay. Now, the good thing about packed ice is I'm pretty sure it doesn't melt. I think. I could be very wrong about this, or I could be very right. So then in the center... Oh. I didn't want that to melt that, so I'm going to put that in after. There we go. And then now... Yes, there we go. It is now generating cobbled deep slate. So now we take all of this into one thing and then put this like that. And then we have ourselves the compact machine. Giant, baby. Oh my goodness. Now, on its own, this compact machine is useless. So we're going to need a personal shrinking device. So how... I actually had everything. Alrighty, now we have everything we're gonna need. You know what, I guess I can just put this in the corner of my house, right here. Okay, and then if I were to shift, right-click this, or maybe just right-click it. There we go, now it's working. I don't know why it wasn't working before, I think I just lagged. But, now we are in the compact machine, baby. Ah! I love this mod so much, it's so neat. It would have been neater if I could have used all the other stuff to it. Ah, well, I guess it made my job easier. So I want my spawn point to be right over here, so I shift right-click. Now that is my spawn point, and then I can just right-click the machine. It sends me right back out. There we go. So now that we've got the compact machine done, the last thing we need to do is to just set up the whole gas burning process. So first, let's make ourselves the electrolytic separator. What do I need? Okay, I need infused alloy. That is easy to get. I just need to chuck in a bunch of iron into here. And I should still have some redstone. Yes, I do. So now we just watch and wait. Yeah, this joke really died a long time ago. 30 looks like a good amount to have. So then we can just throw all of this into here. And then we can make ourselves... No, it wasn't the crusher I wanted to make. It was the electro... Oh, wait, no, I forgot about the core. Oh, okay, wait. Oh, okay, I just crushed some iron. Okay, so then I already threw away my iron. Dang it. I did make a crusher in between episodes, so I just throw that into there, and blammo. There we go. And now I have the electrolytic core, and then with that, we have the electrolytic separator. And the next thing we're going to need is the pressurized reaction chamber. So let's see, I'm missing a couple of basic chemical tanks. That's not a problem. Then I'm also going to need a dynamic tank. That won't be a problem either. And then the last thing I'm gonna need is, oh, wait. Oh, I used up all my steel. Oh, that sucks. Well, steel is pretty easy to get. You just need to actually make it. So I would need enriched iron, which would mean that I need to throw iron. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be a process. Alrighty, now I should have everything that I need. There we go, we've got ourselves the pressurized reaction chamber. Okay, and then we're going to need the crusher right over here, which is going to take actually just 2 buckets of lava. So I'm actually going to need to grab another bucket. And then the last one we are going to need is going to be another electrolytic thing. I need another piece of iron. Oh my gosh, I'm crushing so much stuff. And then we grab this final one right here. There we go. Gas burning generator, baby. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now we're just going to need a buttload of different kinds of pipes, but then after that, it should not be a problem. I am also going to need another flux plug in order for me to be able to pipe the power from the gas burning generator into its own inner working system, but that really isn't going to be that big of a problem, especially since I actually have another crusher up here now, so I won't need to throw obsidian into that whole thing anymore. Alrighty, there we go. I now have everything I'm going to need, so now let us venture forth into my little thing. Actually, wait, I forgot one last thing. I need to grab myself a pedestal, because if I don't have that pedestal, I won't be able to continue making the moss, and that would be very bad. And then I'm also going to need the material generator, and now I have everything. Indisputably, there is nothing left for me to do. Okay, so let's just go into here, and then I need to put this blossom. Oh, this needs to hang. Okay, so I need to find a way to get this to do that. I didn't know I could hang these like that! Okay, so I'm going to need, like, a dummy block to put down. So that way I can then put this right there, and then I can put this here, and hopefully this will work. Hopefully. We'll start generating. Yes, it will. Okay, so now that's generating the moss. So then I can take this and put that right here. I may have wanted to put this out one more. Okay, there we go. Now I've done that, and then I can pipe this into there. So now all of that stuff should start to go into here, and yes, it does. So all I would need would be power, and then that'll start making the biofuel. So then after that, we're going to need ourselves a sink, and then we're going to need to put the electrolytic separator on top right here. There we go. And then if we pump the water in, it will start to separate once I also give this thing power. And then I won't actually need the oxygen, so I'll put this one right here onto dumping access. That is good. So then after that, I'm gonna want to put the pressurized reaction chamber right here. And then underneath that, I'm going to put some more pipes downwards. I want to disconnect this one, and then we suck up the water and it goes into there. Okay, let me give all these things power really quickly, and then we'll start finicking with the settings. Alrighty, so once I put lapis into here, these things are all now being powered. There we go. So now this is generating hydrogen, but it is not going into here. So I'm pretty sure I need to set something up to be able to make it go into here. So if I go into gases, side configuration is output. Okay, I figured out why this thing wasn't taking it in. So I actually need to change this right portion to input, and there we go. Now it is taking in the hydrogen. Okay, and then all that would be left is for me to use this item pipe to transfer the items into here. And then now it should be, oh, I accidentally rotated my thing. Didn't know I could do that, but there we go. Now we are making the biofuel. It's going into here, and it's making the ethylene. Now, as a byproduct, it is making substrate, and I don't know if I have any use for that at this moment in time. Because, yeah, that'd make the HDPD, and I really don't need that. I'm not sure if I ever will, so I am just going to void that off into a trash can. But for right now, that should be good. So after that, we would just have the gas burning generator, and I would need to... I don't have a side configuration for this. Interesting. So either there is a very specific way as to how I need to do this, or I'm just completely out of luck. I also forgot to take under consideration the need to change this to output. Oh, there we go. It's now pumping the ethylene in, and it is now generating power. There we go. Now, I could replicate this setup several times over, but for right now, this is going to be where we're going to put it. So, now all that's left to do is to put this right here and then set up a new network. And we're going to call this one not toxic gas. Parentheses, legit. I think I spelled that wrong. We're gonna leave it as a memento to my idiocy. We are just going to leave that there. And then the true color of something that is not deadly is truly red. So put that there, and there we go. Now everything is going into here. And then the last thing that we can do is to take this power source away and then put the plug here and then set this one to the non-toxic gas. And there we go. Now all the power should be going into there once I set this thing up properly. Hook that up, and yeah, now this entire thing is completely self-sufficient. Everything is relying on its own power. Now I am going to need to put a few upgrades in all of this. This one will only take muffling upgrades, so that is a shame. But for the rest of these, yeah, this will work just fine. And I'm going to need to hook up a garbage can for the substrate. But other than that, all of these things are completely done. Now then, the question is, will this go any faster if I chuck this in? Yes, it does. Power is now going in all the way. We have nothing to worry about. It was just being a little bit weird. And with that, the faster all of these things go, the quicker everything will go into this, and then the more it will burn. So once I hook up upgrades to everything in here, this thing will be ready for power usage outside of all of this. This is good. We've done good things today. Now, apparently, this is actually one of the best generators in the whole Mechanism Generators mod. So this should probably be able to sustain me until I start getting into, like, reactors or something like that. And that's just with this one small setup. Like I said, if I replicated this across all of the walls, this would be a little bit more overpowered. Either way, though, regardless of that, that was still pretty good. And something came wiggling out again? Are you serious? What happened to my book? There's my book. Okay, grab that back. Just go over and kill the Endermite. Yeah, for some reason, every once in a while, Endermites spawn... No, just die already. Endermites spawn outside of my amethyst clusters, and I have no idea why they're doing it. It is very annoying. But, now that we've done all this, let's see. Why are some of these achievements... Oh, because I didn't pick the stuff up. Because, yeah, you see this thing down here? I picked that one up, but I didn't pick this one up when I was making those stuff. And I never picked up the stickers. Oh, okay, I see. So, let's see. Do I have enough for another? I do. Okay, and then we put that in there. And then we get all of that stuff that we've requested. There we go. That is good. And for some reason, this thing's actually able to go through all of these for the gas burner. What? Wait, why did it work with that, but it didn't work with these? I don't care. I'm not questioning it. So let's see. Is there any other quick achievements that I want to do before we just check everything off? Somehow I didn't do the achievement to get a hoe. Okay, you know what? That's fine. And to end today's video off, we make us... Actually, emerald probably won't work, because I have emerald. Okay, well then let's make the most useless thing ever, a diamond hoe! Yay! And now we got all of these achievements done. Oh my freaking goodness. Alright, let's just check everything off. No need to continue on with all this crap. A bunch of good stuff, and... I'm sorry. Is that massive one the final tier that I was trying to get? Okay, it is not. That is the tier below the one I have. Okay, thank God. I was gonna say, it's just like, if it just gave me that one for free, I would not be happy. Ooh, and I got another cake to go along with my chocolate one. The problem is that, with my saturation ability that I have here, I haven't needed to eat anymore. So, yeah, That's fun. Anyways, though, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my last FTB Skies video. Bye-bye!